I'm John Garnon from Edwinstowe Cricket Club. I'm the junior section lead at Edwinstowe and also the club secretary at the moment.
I'm Nick Greaves. I am the chairman and kind of junior coordinator at Recruitment Cricket Club.
Well, my name is Gareth Jones. I'm the chairman secretary of Oatsall Bryden Cricket Club. We're based in Retford, in north of the county, North Nottinghamshire.
My name's Gwyn Jones and I'm the junior coordinator at Bram Cricket Club.
Aisha from Ellerslie Cricket Club in West Bridgford. I'm the junior coordinator and head of all junior cricket.
So I'm Liv, I'm a volunteer down at Ellerslie as well. We've been helping out with the All-Stars for about 4 years now in the summertime, and then occasionally on the weekend for elderly walking cricket as well.
I'm Finley. I help out with the All-Stars as well as the walking cricket, and occasionally help out with the younger ages at cricket with the nets and other sessions.
So parents who are just sort of sitting around showing some sort of interest, who will engage in a conversation, who will respond to emails if they are asked to help, on a particular evening, and then you kind of just try to nurture them and just nudge gently and see if they'll take on a little bit more. I have a bit of a phrase. You sort of work with the willing, don't you? And you try to nudge people forward.
So when they're like 12, 13, who, so keen in cricket, and they usually stay back and say, can I help you? And there'll be usually a group of them. So I asked them, would you like to come and help me on a Friday? Would you be interested in going on this course, for All Stars Activator? And they're really happy. They went on a course, they enjoyed it. So then they started helping. So we're talking about 4 years now, started helping on a Friday evening.
We asked around, we asked people within the club, we asked people within the local village, look, is anyone willing to kind of volunteer to help out with this? We struggled to find volunteers. We engaged with yourself, Joe, with Notts County Cricket Club, to understand whether there are any coaches that we might be able to kind of tap into. Chloe kind of came along. Chloe then introduced Holly, and so now for all of our All-Stars and our Dynamo sessions, Chloe and Holly kind of lead those, which gives us continuity. It kind of pays for itself.
I don't know what age I started, but it was quite young because it was when I first started doing my DV through school for my bronze, and I'm still doing that now. I'm going on to my gold, so I use cricket as a way to get in my volunteering. Younger ones, it's always good just because they're just at that age where they're always wanting to learn more and quite curious about stuff, and you can see the ones who want to be going far in the sport, so it's always good to just encourage them, and they always want to play a game as well, so it's always nice just to have someone that you're going to make happy.
I offered the All-Stars Junior volunteer kind of course, which got me into it, and I helped out with a few of my mates at the All-Stars at Ellerslie, and then I've just continued through there, and I've just done my support coach course. And walking cricket especially, it's like I'm just getting to know like a different generation, I guess. Like they've got all the stories to tell us, and it's like it's kind of eye-opening in a way, because like they tell you stuff and like you just enjoy just speaking to them for ages and ages, and it's really good to try and get them active again. It's really it makes me happy to do it, I guess.
After the terms, it's like you have all the awards as well that we get to do. So that goes to the volunteers, the players themselves, and then Nisha obviously gets the recognition that she deserves, as well as the club for all the work that goes to put in.
Overall, it's playing games, having fun, laughing. If one game doesn't go to plan, but that's fine, as long as the children are happy. And it's about an hour and a half long on a Friday, but they enjoy it. They've been helping me for years. But also I nominate them for awards, whether it would be the Notts Cricket Awards for young volunteers and also the Rushcliffe Awards. So I think it's important for them to be recognised, the hours they put in and the support they give. So I always nominate them. And also, I do a treat for them after the training. I get pizza and they all sit down with their friends, have some pizza. So it's nice just to, thank them for everything they do.
I'm really proud to have been nominated for all the awards, and it makes you proud of what you've done, but it's all about the actual volunteering that's like the bit that it makes you the happiest, I guess, and that's the main reason I do it for.
We struggle to find unpaid volunteers, if I'm honest. We have some, obviously, and that's what makes a club tick. But because we want to grow the club, particularly from the bottom up in terms of the playing teams and the opportunities to play cricket through the junior ranks, we've struggled to find parents that are willing to give up their time. I feel cricket is intimidating for some parents because they don't know the rules, or it's too technical, or they feel it's too technical, and so therefore are reluctant to kind of put themselves forward. So we felt that was a barrier, and if we can't find volunteers, we weren't prepared as a club to no longer offer All Stars and Dynamos, and so the option that we were faced with is that we would have to pay find good quality coaches to come and lead those sessions. And as I said, we found that financially we're no worse off. If anything, we're a bit better off. And from a stress perspective, from those volunteers that we do have, including myself, it's reduced those stress levels because we don't have to run those sessions every single week. I can focus now on my under 10s and under 11s as they come into hardball cricket, without having to worry about the younger age group and know that they're taken care of. And that's, as I say, that's worked for Ruddington.
So as we heard about the All Stars initiative, we were very interested. It's obviously a pathway for getting youngsters from the area into the club, keeping them keen, making them interested in the game, making the game fun, making their club happy, the environment's good for the parents, and trying to get the parents involved with the children as well, which you never know, you might get a long-term connection there with a parent, coaching wise, etc., coming into the club, a good person, a committee person. So that was the idea.
I think the national programmes really helped to give them those core skills and abilities, and with them, a lot of the children, when they do, we've been quite lucky, because a lot of the children, when they do come, have made new friends. They go and play with the friends. You can go up any night of the week when there's no cricket, organised cricket, and they're up there playing cricket, which is fantastic to see. So they have got a new friends group, and that's both boys and girls. We've been quite lucky with the girls as well that we've had. So they have created new friendship groups, and they go and play with their friends. So
we set up All Stars. I think the first year we had roughly about 30, I think 29, 30 kind of All Stars came along. They really enjoyed it. The kind of word passed around. We started getting kids coming towards the back end of the sessions, coming and asking if they could join in, which obviously we allowed them. And the following year when we ran it, which again, because my son was old, he was 6 at the time, I was the lead activator again. And then I think that year we got 39 or 40. So we had a really good kind of A, retention rate, and B, we got more kind of people, more children involved, because they realised it was well organised, that the kind of the coaching that the children were getting, the instructions they were getting were good. Good quality. The safety levels were good. And I think with the parent involvement as well, I think that just made it quite attractive for parents. So we started from nothing. We had our junior section up to that point. Certainly for kind of an All Stars and Dynamos sort of age group, we didn't have anything, and so we saw it as an opportunity to start our junior section in earnest and almost start from the very grassroots, and kind of build from there.
3 or 4 years ago, we were in a transition phase. Everything was relatively informal, I would say. There was a degree of support from the senior section for junior cricket, not particular kind of a clear and coherent pathway, quite ad hoc. A lot of our planning was kind of week by week, almost literally. We had potential, but it was a little bit unstructured, and we just needed to get a little bit more kind of capacity planned in, a bit more thought given particularly to coaching and coach development, and just kind of put in place some sort of systems and structures that we would eventually, have a more ordered progression, I guess, through from very early 5, 6, 7-year-olds playing softball cricket to hardball teams. We now have a kind of a clear plan that our club can kind of run effectively 3 hardball teams at 11s, 13s and 15s. That's our basic sort of pathway plan. And we have engaged with really successfully, I think, just after 1 year in the All-Stars and the Dynamos. We can see that's going to develop into a real, good pipeline for both players and parental engagement. And we hope that will also create that pipeline for those who want to go from softball into hardball.
So 5 years ago, we started All-Stars, which I think in the first year we had 15, 20 children on that. And then we've progressed with All-Stars, then into Dynamo cricket, which not last year, the year before was due to commence, but obviously got cancelled due to COVID. But we still carried on the further development of those All-Stars children when we could start again during that summer, which helped. And then last year we had over 90 children involved up at the club, ranging from All-Stars on a Sunday morning to then softball cricket on a Friday evening, and then hardball following on from the softball on the Friday evening. I think last year was the busiest we've seen the club for probably 10, 15 years.
The biggest challenge, as you say, is monetary, the cost of equipment, etc. And we try and help out there. I know we try and get the pads shared around for the kids, gloves shared around. We've got a number of bats that they share. Helmets, different matter, isn't it, with hygiene and everything like this. But we try and encourage kids to share the club equipment, and they do that. So that's the main thing. It is cost. We keep our membership down for children to about, I think it's 25 we'd agreed at the AGM, 25 a year subs for the children. That includes everything. So they come along then on a Tuesday night, on a Friday night, sorry, for our junior night, and it costs them nothing then, that £25 sees them through the season.
I think there's probably challenges at kind of both ends of the range, really. I think first it's really important that some of our under 15 players are getting regular weekend cricket, Saturday, Sunday, whichever it is. Ideally we want 2s, 3s and 4s of them playing together in the same team. Why not 5s and 6s? In the same team, as friends, kind of growing through and playing second and hopefully at some point first 11 cricket. So I think there is something there that's an ongoing issue for the club to try to get that bit of the pathway sorted out. And I think there's probably somewhere near the start of the pathway. We haven't experienced this yet because it's kind of so early in the life of Dynamos. Just trying to work out, when does Dynamos need to almost sort of split, and you kind of see your hardball potential players maybe at the age of 9 and 10 just starting to play some hardball cricket, maybe alongside their softball experience. I mean, all cricket is good cricket, really, isn't it? So in a sense, you don't want to sort of stop them having the fun and the exuberance of playing softball cricket, and just the whack it about type of approach to cricket, and that sort of lively fun and games.
We've tried to we've tried to get out there and advertise. We've tried to make the club more welcome and not just a cricket club. Trying to make it a local community hub. That helped to keep parents up there as well. Parents then don't just come up, not like the area that they're at. People like to stop up there, like to spend the Friday nights up there while the kids are training. then they enjoy the social side of things, and we've got so many volunteers, additional volunteers that's come from that. It's helps us to try and develop and progress in other areas too.
I would think long and hard about getting in a professional coach and seeing that as an investment. It's not, it's something that I think will pay off over time. You'll improve the quality of coaching. I think the enjoyment of the kids and the volunteers will rise massively. I think get the right person, they can really sort of enthuse the whole of the junior section. And then I would also think really carefully about the two national programs. If you're not already doing them, honestly, I've used the phrase before. I think it's a bit of a no-brainer. I think there's so much good stuff in there that you can kind of customize. You can make work. I think they're probably the two top things. Think about investing in coaching, and I think the national programs are a really, really strong, really good part of an offer to build the youngest part of the pipeline.
I say thank you to all the volunteers who help. The youngsters, they make such a difference. I mean, for me on a Friday, for them being there helped so much. And then this summer, towards the end of All Stars, they all got a job at Notts, so they left me for a few weeks. But no, they are such a big help, and I wouldn't manage without them.